Ronnie Jean is for it.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for coming today. I'm here to talk to you today about same-sex marriage. Now, I'm for same-sex marriage. By a show of hands, who's for same-sex marriage? Okay. So I'm going to give you a couple reasons why I think that it should be legal. Now, every day in the news you hear about different states trying to legalize same-sex marriage. I believe we all are human beings. Everyone deserves to be loved. If it's not bothering you, which it should not, then you shouldn't really have anything against it. Marriage is a sacred bond between two people. Two people, not just a man and a woman, but two people. It can be any two people. Denying gay marriage is a violation of religious freedom. Now, the First Amendment of the Constitution says a person's religious views should be protected, lack thereof, meaning that marriage is a secular activity. Secular activity is the state of being separate from one's religion. The government cannot start to make laws because a religion says so. Just because a religion says a man and a woman should be married does not mean the government can say, well, it's illegal, abiding, only two people can be married. Okay? Now, homosexuality has been accepted in this day and time. It goes back as far as ancient Greece. Actually, the word lesbian comes from the word lesbos, which is where all the gay community lived back in ancient Greece. Oh, hey, Moni. Today is a lot of openly gay people, the famous people, as you know, in the media. I'm sure people know, you guys know someone that is gay, openly gay, who's in a committed relationship, who deserves the same rights to be loved and committed legally and noticed and recognized by the government. Even if the government denies same-sex marriage, that does not mean that the couple will not be together. I'm pretty sure they will still be together, love each other, and they'll still be together pretty much. Same-sex couples, they love each other just like regular couples do. So, I'm sorry, heterosexual couples do. I think that okay, now, if a same-sex couple is not married or recognized legally, they can't speak for their spouse, meaning if something was to happen, like if they was to get into a car accident and they're in the hospital, they can't make the judgment call for their spouse because they're not legally their spouse, and that's not fair. Just put yourself in their shoes. What if it was your significant other and you're not married, and they say, well, no, you can't make that call. They also can't get health benefits because they're not legally their spouse. They can't make legal financial decisions. I'm sure someone has called in trying to pay a gas bill or something before, or get some information and they've been denied because they're not their spouse. That's not fair. Also, it is argued that denying same-sex marriage is just like, it's discrimination. That's just like saying, since we're black, we can't marry a white person. You know, that's not fair. It's discrimination. It does not hurt the society if the same-sex marriage was in effect. It's not bothering you if they're married, pretty much. Also, just think about it. If you're in a committed relationship with someone of the same sex, you can adopt a child, which will help with the adoption problem because you can't have one on your own if you're committed to that other person, so you can go out and adopt a child. There are many reasons why they say that you shouldn't be married as the same sex. They think that it kind of switches around your views of a family, that the idea of a family is a man, a woman, and children. But you can still be a family, obviously, if it's man and children. Okay. So as of today, 7 states in the USA allow same-sex marriage. Actually, New Hampshire will be the last one. Well, not the last one, but the most recent one, and theirs going to affect January 2010. Ohio does not allow it, however, they do let you register as domestic partners. Also, if you were to go to a state to get married as a same-sex couple, the other states have to honor it, will recognize it because it's legal in another state, and you have to recognize other state laws. So basically, I think that same-sex marriage should be allowed because it will help with the adoption issues of kids. Well, it'll help get some kids into good, loving homes. You can't help who you fall in love with or who you want to commit to, so it shouldn't be denied. It's a form of discrimination. It's a form of discrimination, and we are not supposed to be discriminated against. Also, homosexuality is accepted in this day and time, so it's time for us to make the movement and legalize same-sex marriage.
Yes.
I know it's hard to undo what you have done in your brains about accepting homosexuality and same-sex marriage, because it obviously is stored there. People deserve to be happy and have the same rights as everyone else, so I think that they should legalize same-sex marriage. Imagine if you could not marry the person who you were in love with and you wanted to commit to them. How would that make you feel? Now, I'm going to ask, does anyone have any questions? Please ask a question, someone.
Yes, I have a question.
Yes, sir. Daddy?
The scripture says he made them male and female. And it's been male and female since Adam and Eve. He did not make Adam and Steve. He made Adam and Eve male and female to become one for another, to create offsprings, to plenish the earth. Now, if you have same-sex marriage and you know you can't have a child yourself, so if you adopt a child and say you have a male child, and when you get older and you find out that he wants a wife, and then he look back on you and say, Mom, you was with Michelle and you a woman, don't you think that would confuse the child?
I think that it can confuse the child. However, as I stated before, your religious views should not be incorporated into how you feel as far as relationship-wise. If you raise your child...
Excuse me, ma'am, it's not just religious, it's a fact. Man and woman are made one for another, so that's not just religious, that's just the way, bottom line.
I understand, but if you raise your child to let him know that it's his decision and he can do whatever he feels, then I think that he'll be led on a path that's right for him. What's right for one is not right for another. Any more questions? Please, someone ask a question. Okay, can I ask someone a question?
Right ahead.
Okay, I don't have a question. Anyone have a question?
Why?
I know it's hard.
What do I want to talk about?
How close does Ohio come to like making it legal?
They're not that close at all. I guess the same-sex partnership registry, I think that's probably as close as they're going to get for right now, because you know it's a lot of people really trying to fight it. So, and that's like with every state. People think that it'll make a lot of money because, you know, once they legalize it, everyone's going to want to get married, which is, you know, understandable. But right now, I think that's as far as they're going to get. Yes.
What's the other states that have made it legal already?
New Hampshire, Vermont, California, and unfortunately, I'm not sure of the other ones. I don't think those are bad. New York. Okay, I'm sorry, Nevada. Oh, we have someone who researched. Okay, well, that's it for all the questions. Thank you for coming, and just think about what I said, okay?
Sure thing.
Thank you.